I'm Andrew DiMolanta and welcome to Videos by Andrew. So I've been an Adobe CC subscriber for several years now, and one of the best features in it is the Dynamic Link integration. So I wanted to do a quick video on my workflow in Adobe Premiere using the Dynamic Link. So let's head over to Adobe Premiere and get started. So here I have a completed edit with music, no visual effects, and no color correction added. Now you want to make sure you've locked down your edit before you start sending things to other programs so you don't do more work than you have to be doing. So say I wanted to composite some kind of visual effect in this shot here. What I would do is right click on the clip and hit replace with After Effects composition. There are countless effects I can achieve in After Effects, but for the sake of time I'm simply going to track text into this shot. After I finish with all the effects, I move to color correction. For this I used Adobe Speed Grade. To send the sequence to Speed Grade, click File and direct link to Adobe Speed Grade. Save the file and the Speed Grade will open up. Since this is not a video on color correction, I'm just going to speed through this step. With my color correction complete, to send it back to Premiere, all you have to do is just hit the Premiere icon in the top left hand corner, save your project, and it will send it back to Premiere. The last step in most of my projects is sound mixing in Adobe Audition. Before I send this project to Audition, I like to nest tracks. If you have several different sound effects, obviously similar sounds will get their own track assigned to them. And the next step I do before I send it to Audition is I create a new sequence and then bring the previous sequence into the new one. And this step will make more sense later when this project gets sent back to Premiere. Now to send this sequence to Audition, you'll hit Edit in Adobe Audition, and Sequence. Now from here you can name your sequence, send it to a predetermined folder like I do already, and I'm not going to mess with any of these settings right now. These are my default settings. When I do that and click OK, Premiere will set everything up, and then Adobe Audition will open up. And the reason I nested my files before was I can edit the clip as one single file, like you see right here. Now before we send it back to Premiere, we got to make sure we're in the second sequence rather than the original sequence, and I'll show you why in a second. To send it back to Premiere, all you have to do is hit multi-track, export to Adobe Premiere Pro. You can export it as separate tracks. I find that to be a little confusing. You can also edit in Adobe Premiere if you have to do any further adjustments to the audio, but what I like to do is mix down session to a stereo file and hit export. When it shows up in Premiere, you can choose to create a new track, or you can overlay it in an existing one, and that's why we have it in this second sequence. So because I'm going to replace the audio within the first track as the new track. And by far the biggest benefit of Adobe Dynamic Link is if you need to go back and make changes to certain things in your edit, you can totally do that. Say I don't like the color of my dog's name Indiana here. Look at her, she's adorable. Say I want it to be red instead of yellow. I can always go back and click on that particular clip and hit Edit Original, and it'll go back to this file and say I don't want it to be yellow, I want it to be, say, red. We can go ahead and change that to red because her color is red. It matches her color now. And all we have to do is save the project. If we go back to Premiere, it changes automatically. That's one of the biggest reasons I use Adobe, just because of the integration of the softwares. And it works the same with the audio as well. If I wanted to make some changes to the audio, I just go back to that original audio file and the same thing, click Edit Original, and whatever changes I make in here will show up in this file here, and this would ultimately be the final project that I export. And that's my basic workflow using Adobe's Dynamic Link. Obviously this works with other programs like Adobe Photoshop, but these are the three that I use on a regular basis. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up. I will be doing a tip and tutorial video every week, so be sure to subscribe to be updated on all of those. If you have any questions, or if you have a topic you would like for me to cover, leave it in the comment section or tweet them to me at Drew DiMolanta. So until the next video, I'm Andrew DiMolanta. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next week.